Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today we're going to do an introduction to Axie Infinity. You know, considering all the other games we've covered on this channel, I think it's about time we do this one. And this actually is one that I started playing right away as soon as I got into play to earn, just to kind of get my feet wet, so to speak. And still do play sometimes to this day. So I'm excited to go through with this, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. So taking a look at the website here, they have a great YouTube resource. You guys can definitely jump right into that. Lots of cool videos, but I actually really like how their site was designed. It's very intuitive and easy to read. They talk about how there's been 3.6 billion traded on their in-house marketplace. That's pretty impressive. The most expensive Axie ever sold was nearly $1 million, and there's 2.8 million daily active players. That's incredible. And if you guys remember the whole big bull run last year, you know, Axie Infinity was one that was really paving the way. But it was interesting. I think this is worth mentioning. A lot of people in play to earn kind of just all agreed to stay away from Axie, like it was tainted almost. And that really came after some of the decline. And I think just because of Axie's popularity and how it was really defining the genre, obviously it got a lot of heat when stuff started to decline. But really it happened to all projects, and they're still doing a great job building their community, and they have a lot of daily active players. So what is Axie and what are Axies? So they're fierce creatures that love to battle, build, and hunt for treasure. You can build up a collection and use them across an ever-expanding universe of games. And right now it's more like a battle 3v3. You get cards. Those cards give you different moves. There's different types of Axies, so you can have like different specialties and all kinds of really neat stuff. I really like the strategy aspect of it. And of course they're using blockchain technology, and it is play to earn. So you can earn their AXS Token by playing and using to decide the future of game. Now you're earning like an SLP, that's kind of the in-game token, in-game currency, and then the AXS Token is like their governance, but there are ways to earn that in-game too. Really, this is what the whole game is built on right now, is the Axie battle. So you build a team of 3, you conquer your enemies, they have unique strengths and weaknesses based on its genes, and that makes the trading really cool. Like one thing that I did find was difficult about this game was trying to assess the value of the different Axies in the beginning is hard to do. You really need to play the game, learn the strategies, learn some of the meta, what's working good, what's not, and that can help you formulate, you know, if you can find a good deal. Plus, sometimes something that might fit your team really well might not be super expensive because it might not be a popular setup. So there's a lot to actually understand about the game first in order to really properly understand the value assigned to these on the marketplace. That was something that I noticed was a bit of a learning curve in the beginning. So they talk about adventure, arena battle, and breeding. So the breeding is really cool, mix and match parents to create the ultimate offspring. This is how you can kind of take those genes and really formulate the best Axies that you want. Breeding was huge back when Axie was super popular, it still is. But that's something I didn't get into too much. I found it was kind of easy just to pick up my team from the marketplace, find the Axies that I like, because there's so many people already doing this, but that's a whole aspect of the game that I think would be really fun to get into. They talk about the land, and there's a lot that they're doing with this. They still have a lot more to release, so you can definitely read the information on the white paper about that, but I'll leave that to you guys. But of course, there's going to be tons of utility with it. And then of course, they have some major partners, right? Like these guys are huge. In a sense, they defined play to earn in this entire industry, you know, especially what they were doing for third world countries and really helping people give independence by being able to play games. Now, of course, that's changed. This is more of a for fun game. They're taking the whole play to own, not play to earn approach and making sure that the game is as fun as it needs to be. That's just a PR move by all these projects right now anyways. I'm sure once the earnings are back, they're going to change their song and dance a little bit, but of course they have to do that to save face. So just kind of going up here, I wanted to show you guys the AXS token, or AXS. So it's an ERC20 governance token for the Axie universe. And what is it? So basically you'll be able to claim rewards if you stake your tokens, play the game, and participate in key governance votes. You'll also earn AX when you play various games within the Axie Infinity universe and through user-generated content initiatives. So staking is obviously huge. That's big in any play to earn or really any crypto project, so there's always opportunity there. Axie is also accepted as a currency in the marketplace, so you can use it to buy things. You don't, you know, just have to use Ethereum or USDT or USDC. You know, actually using the AX is really what you need to do, right? So you get your AXS, you send it to your wallet, you use that on the marketplace. And then they talk about how, obviously the community treasury will go live. It already is, so they need to update that. And a portion of the staking rewards and the treasury will be governed by the AXS stakers. So that's really cool. They are moving towards a decentralized model with that, with all the governance. They're not fully there yet. They've still got some work to do, but it's really cool that they're taking this step. And then taking a look at some of the metrics, there was 60 million basically supply of public trade sale. The price was 10 cents, and the total supply overall is 270 million. But it's really cool to see this flow chart, right? They're talking about how players play and spend. You'll be able to use it for the governance voting. You can stake it. It's rewards via playing and voting. And I like how they have some rewards for voting too. So it actually incentivizes people to take part in that governance part rather than just buying all the AXS token and staking it. There is some rewards actually if you do the voting. So kind of a simple flow chart, but it is nice to see. But this is the stuff that I love. I love seeing the allocations, right? So they have 29% on staking rewards, 20 on play to earn. So that shows really the staking is a huge opportunity. There's actually quite a bit allocated there. You can also see their public sale was 11 cents, advisors was 7, private sale was 4, Sky Mavis was 21. This is good. I like these numbers. I don't think they're overcompensating in, sometimes you'll see advisors or team really high. It's nice that there's a really large portion for staking and a large portion for play to earn. And of course, the AXS token is available on Binance and Uniswap. So just kind of moving along, keeping a good place. They do have a great resource here for all their blog updates, and they even quote other tweets and stuff. You can sign up for the newsletter. This is a great place just to stay up to speed. Like I find, especially for us as the Game Guild, staying on top of so many different games can be difficult. These newsletters actually do a really good job at keeping me up to speed with all these new updates that are coming out. And I recommend that when people are researching this game, this is a great place to go to get updated information. We already seen on the website there's a few things that aren't updated. This will be recent. Then moving along to the marketplace, this is where things get fun. So you can really take a look at whatever it is you want to buy. You obviously have to start with Axies first, right? And you can see there are some as cheap as $2. And I would generally recommend, and of course do your own research first, but start with a cheap team, kind of get familiar with the game. There's even a free team that you get, so you don't need to buy just to start. You can start with the free to play, kind of get familiar with the mechanics, figure out what is good to build, and then go in here. But what I did is I just dropped like 20, 30 bucks, got a team, kind of figured it out as I went, and then made some upgrades along the way. And I thought that was a really good way to approach it. You can see here, you can take a look at different accessories, which is cool. I mean, the snowman's like $400, this one's $5,000. So there's some exorbitant prices on things for sure. You can see we've already got some of the lands listed here. So although I mentioned they still have some work to do, you can currently purchase them. They're just not fully playable in the game yet. So it's kind of like holding on to it for now, essentially. And I mean, some of these land plots were ridiculously priced a long time ago. So they're actually fairly reasonable now, even though you can see, on average, we were looking at some of the cheaper ones. We're already up to like $1,500 here. There's also items, and these have different benefits in game, but I wouldn't worry too much about jumping into the items yet until you really get familiar with the game and kind of understand everything. Then you've also got bundles, which is really mostly just the items and the food kind of bundled together. Runes are really important. This has a huge impact on your skills and, well, how good you're going to do. But once again, you need to understand how these all work, because at first when you jump into the marketplace, there's like, wait, there's food, there's items, there's charms, there's runes. What do these even do? That's why I recommend, and I've said it a few times now, jump into the game, play the free-to-play version, maybe get a cheap Axie team, then figure out what you want. And just through naturally learning the game, reading the white paper, going over the information, then all this will make sense. Do I really need some of these charms? Do I really need some of these runes? But until then, it's really not worth kind of jumping in and spending a bunch of money just buying a whole bunch of these. And then they do have a getting started guide. Now, of course, I always recommend you guys read the white paper, but I thought this was a really nice, simple, intuitive way where they just walk you through creating a Ronin wallet. So you guys can kind of see up here on the right-hand side, this is a separate Chrome extension. just like any of the other wallets. And I kind of like that because it keeps it all within their ecosystem. It talks about, well, once you have the wallet, how do you get Axies? You know, buying the AXS token on Binance or Uniswap, then you send it to your Ronin wallet. You create an account. Once you have your account created, you simply download and play the game. Now, like I said, you can play for free, so you could skip some of it, but really I would recommend just going through this and then you're kind of off to the races, so to speak. Now, I know that was really kind of a short and sweet, quick rundown. There's so much to cover in Axie Infinity. They're doing a lot. They've been around for so many years. I will do a white paper deep dive time down the road, but I really just wanted to give you guys a brief introduction, get you started off on the right foot so you can jump in and start having fun with this game. And as always, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like, and the bell notification to stay up to date with everything we're doing. Until next time, cheers.